Welcome to Top 10 Amazing Facts. Today we are diving into one of the most beloved films of all time, The Sound of Music. Starring Julie Andrews as the free-spirited Maria, the film tells the story of a singing nun who falls in love with a widowed naval captain and his 7 children, all while the threat of Nazi Germany looms in the background. But how much of that is fact? And how much is Hollywood magic? Let's dive into 10 little-known facts about the real Von Trapp family. But before we begin, please like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss out on our incredible top 10s from around the world. Fact number 1. The real Maria wasn't actually a nun. Maria Augusta Kuchera was born in 1905 in Vienna, Austria. Orphaned at a young age, she struggled through a difficult childhood before entering a convent. But here's the twist. She wasn't planning to become a nun. She was just studying to be a teacher and temporarily lived with the nuns for guidance. It was the abbey that sent her to the Von Trapp household in 1926 as a tutor, not a governess, for one child recovering from scarlet fever, not to care for all 7 children. Fact number 2. In real life, Georg von Trapp had 7 children with his first wife. After he married Maria in 1927, they had 3 more children together: 2 daughters, Rosemary and Eleanor, and 1 son, Johannes, making it a family of 10 kids. Also, the children's names, ages, and even personalities were changed for the film. The real names and ages of the 7 Von Trapp children were Rupert, age 16, Agathe, age 14, Maria, age 13, Werner, age 12, Hedwig, age 10, Johanna, age 8, and Martina, age 6. Number 3. Maria didn't marry for love. At first, here's something you probably didn't expect. Maria didn't fall head over heels in love with the captain when she married him. Captain Von Trapp saw how much she cared about his children and asked her to marry him, although he was 25 years her senior. In her memoir, The Story of the Trapp Family Singers, Maria admitted she married Georg out of duty and love for the children, not romantic feelings. The love for Georg, she said, came later. That's a far cry from the movie's iconic gazebo love scene. Number 4. Captain Von Trapp wasn't a strict tyrant. The film paints Captain Georg as a whistleblowing, emotionally distant disciplinarian who eventually softens. In real life, he was nothing like that. He was a kind, gentle man who loved music and was very close to his children. In fact, it was Maria who was the disciplinarian. Contrary to her cheerful image in the film, the real Maria was known to be very strict and intense. While she deeply loved the children, her discipline and strong personality often clashed with their more easygoing father. Number 5. The family was already musical. The Von Trapp family didn't discover their talent because of Maria. They were already singing together before she arrived, often harmonizing and performing at family gatherings. It was their father who taught them to sing, not Maria. Georg was never the music-hating patriarch portrayed in the film, but Maria did help polish their skills and bring structure. Under her guidance, they became the famous Trapp family singers. Number 6. They didn't escape over the mountains. One of the most dramatic moments in the film is when the family hikes over the Alps to freedom. In reality, they didn't flee over mountains with suitcases. They left Austria by simply boarding train to Italy, pretending nothing was amiss. They didn't sneak away in the dead of night. They left in broad daylight, using legitimate visas. And here's the kicker. They were already internationally known musicians. Fact number 7. They toured the world before settling in the U.S. After leaving Austria in 1938, the Von Trapps toured extensively in Europe and the United States as a professional choir. Eventually, they settled in Stowe, Vermont, where they opened a music camp and continued performing for years. They also opened a lodge, which still operates today as the Trapp Family Lodge. Number 8. Maria wrote a best-selling memoir. In 1949, Maria published her autobiography, The Story of the Trapp Family Singers, which became the inspiration for the 1956 German film The Trapp Family. That movie caught the attention of Broadway producers who turned it a Broadway musical, The Sound of Music, and then its 1965 film version. Fact number 9. The Broadway musical took creative liberties. When Rodgers and Hammerstein adapted the story into the 1959 Broadway musical, they took several creative liberties, simplifying the narrative, romanticizing Maria and Georg's relationship, and composing original songs like Do Re Mi and My Favorite Things. The real Trapp family appreciated the spotlight, but they admitted it wasn't a very accurate portrayal. Fact number 10. The real Maria made a cameo appearance in The Sound of Music. She can be spotted walking past the fountain as Julie Andrews sings I Have Confidence. Though she praised Julie's performance, Maria joked that the movie made her seem way too nice and cheerful. Bonus fact: the real Von Trapp family's journey after fleeing Austria is a tapestry of music, service, and a quiet legacy. Here's what happened to each of the 10 children, 7 from Georg's first marriage to Agata Whitehead, and 3 from his second marriage to Maria Kutschera. Rupert, born in 1911 and died in 1992, he was 80 at the time of his death. He became a medical doctor and served in World War II. Rupert later practiced medicine in Vermont, was married twice, had a total of 6 children. Agathe, born in 1913 and died in 2010 at the age of 97. She taught kindergarten in Maryland and wrote her own memoir, Memories Before and After The Sound of Music. Maria Franziska, born in 1914 and died in 2014 at the age of 99. She was the last surviving child of Georg and his first wife, Agata. She worked as a missionary in Papua New Guinea for 30 years and adopted a young local boy. Werner, born in 1915 and died in 2007 at the age of 91. He became a dairy farmer in Vermont and also composed music. He was married to his wife Erica for 58 years, and they had 6 children together. Hedwig, born in 1917 and died in 1972. She passed away early at the age of 55. She taught music and lived a quiet life. Johanna, born in 1919 and died in 1994 at the age of 75. She returned to Austria, where she got married and raised 7 children. Martina, born in 1921 and died in 1951. She tragically died in childbirth with her first child, Nort Berga, who was stillborn. Martina passed shortly thereafter from complications. She was 30 years old. The children from Georg and Maria. Rosemary, born in 1929 and died in 2022 at the age of 93. She lived in Vermont and was involved in missionary work in Papua New Guinea. She worked at the family lodge and indulged as a naturalist. Eleanor, or Lorley, was born in 1931 and died in 2021 at 90 years of age. She settled in Vermont on an adjoining farm to that of her brother Werner's and raised 7 children, all girls, with her husband Hugh Campbell. Johannes was born in 1939 and is the last surviving Von Trapp child. He is married, has 2 children, and manages the Trapp Family Lodge in Stowe, Vermont, with his son. He continues to share the family's legacy. After Georg's death in 1947, at the age of 67, Maria kept the family together and touring until 1957. Marie never remarried and died of heart failure at the age of 82 in March of 1987. Though The Sound of Music took some creative liberties, its heart, the story of a family's love, resilience, and passion for music, remains true. The Von Trapps may not have climbed every mountain, but they certainly touched the world with their incredible journey. Which part of the true story surprised you the most? Let us know in the comments below. Like, subscribe for more true stories behind the legends, and turn on the notifications for more amazing facts, right here on Top 10 Amazing Facts. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.